There we go. All right, now we're live. Still getting everything set up. No, it should be good now. Yeah, just getting organized though. I believe I have. Actually, you know what? We'll go keycaps here in a second. Yo, what's up? Irene? 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 I'm not sure. You just have the extra E on there. Bunny Lake. What's going on, Bunny? How you doing, bud? How's everybody doing today? Doing an early stream today because kids are fun. And one is at daycare right now. So that's the main reason. And because I got this in the mail and I'm on fire to build it. I'll build the vintage black version probably, you know, prime time one night. But tonight, or today I should say, we are building, hopefully my kid cooperates. This will be a funny stream because I have my newborn with me at home today. Oops, sorry. And so there's no telling what kind of temperament she'll be in. But here we go. I just wanted to build it. I'm on fire to build this thing. Feels like I've been waiting forever. So I guess I'll show it off for a second real quick too. I'm sure you guys are curious to see the detail on it before I unscrew it all. So there is this is my personal Jane V2. And so it's got the sandblasted stainless steel, sandblasted brass, and then it's got the polished, I think it's stainless steel. Wait, the fingerprint attractor, and then it's silver. Silver is my case, as you can see. So yeah, and it's going to be a fun build. This will be the first half plate build I've done in quite some time. So I'm really looking forward to that. So it looks like we've got, I don't know if I need to unscrew this weight in order to get to the screws underneath this guy, or if I just have 4 up front and 2 in the back. So I hope everyone's having a good week so far. I know it's early. Hope everyone had a good weekend, I should say, right? Let's see, does this come off now? It does not. So I think I need to do something with this weight. I think I need to my guess is I've got 2 screws under that. They're keeping it on. So we're gonna try and undo these and and see what we get. Yeah, that looks like there's a little bit of it's so tiny though. I think there's gonna be a little bit of slide action here to the Toblerone weight once we get this unscrewed. If I can get it. There we go. Fat fingers. Come on now. Do I need to unscrew the entirety of the back here? I guess so. Oh man. Sour drop, what's going on? Yeah, it is. Oh no, oh baby, it's okay. Okay. This will be funny. This might end up being a part 1 and a part 2. If my kid doesn't cooperate. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, you're drooling all over the place. You're drooling all over the place, baby. Okay, let's see. Figure out how this drops out. Feels like pretty easily. Yep, and then there's more. Okay, so this drops out, and there's the stainless steel there. We'll put that down there for now. And then here's the brass weight. Couple marks there, but that's on the inside of it, so it's not that big of a deal. I don't think I'm worried about taking the brass off. I don't think I need to do that. I think we'll just be taking this hardware out here. And then we'll be good. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. That's got some weight to it. Yeah, let's grab a microfiber and shine that up real quick. I'll get my fingerprints all over it. Wipe my fingerprints off of it. You happy? You're talking to me. I have a feeling you're about to be pissed. Cool, we'll put that aside as well. All right, now at this point, you can see, this is so funny. There's so much hardware on this case. So I first had to unscrew the stainless steel, then I had to unscrew the Toblerone. Now I have more, now I can actually access the hardware that holds the top part of the case on. This is crazy. It's such a cool design. All right. I think we're now ready. We are. It is open. So a couple marks on the inside, but that's typical. That's nothing. That's no big deal. I don't mind. I don't mind marks in the middle and the inside of my case. Oh my goodness, girlfriend. Are you barking at me? Okay, there's my PCB. All right, and the brass plate, which we will not be using at the moment. Here, let me see if my kid wants to swing. Come here, baby. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Hey, good child. There you go. There you go. All right, so unless my kid falls asleep, I'd say we have like a 20% chance of getting this built. And at the moment, she is not looking too tired. All right. Yeah, so the case is absolutely hefty. Does this match? Oh, nice. Don't have to switch out hardware. So I thought that there was like a locking mechanism on the Jane. Maybe that was just the pink one that Nathan Kim was building to keep the top half and the bottom half of the case together, because I don't have any of those notches that he had. Okay. I like the way the plate is built though, with the hardware holes. That's nice. It's an interesting spacebar cutout. Okay. We will put that back here, and we'll take a closer look at the top case. Looking pretty good. Yeah, looking pretty good. All right. Oh, baby. Hold on. All right, now let's see if you want to swim. That didn't work. Come here. Come here. Come here, baby. Uh-huh. Say hi, everybody. Uh-huh. Here, you want to swing in here? Let's see if this works. Oh, of course it's buckled, because your sister was throwing her dollies in it, I'm sure. There we go. Uh-huh. Yeah. Huh. Dad neglects kid to build keyboard. No, don't call CPS on me, guys. I promise. I actually, before I started the stream, which is live for 15 minutes, I just fed and changed my kid's diaper. So I promise I'm not neglecting my 3-month-old. All right. So we have removed. What's up, Seb Sorouche? How you doing, buddy? So we've removed the. There it is. Oh, baby. That's such a thin acrylic. We've removed the brass, and you can see now what we will be using to build this. Oh, I forgot to look at it too. I wanted to see how much these actually match. It's a slightly different silver. I'm looking at the Triss and the Jane. It's a slightly different silver, but it's pretty close. Unless you're really inspecting and looking, you wouldn't notice. And I'm not going to have it, you know, right next to each other. Oh, yeah. We're going with the acrylic half plate, baby. So, yeah, I think I'll go ahead and tune some stabilizers for her. If I can find some stabilizers. I think I have stabilizers. Here we go. My random drawer of ridiculousness. There we go. That should do. All right, so for our build today, we're going to be doing a acrylic half plate. Hey, Rope, what's going on? We're going to be doing an acrylic half plate with vintage brown switches that I lubed up. I did LSD oil on the springs and a very light coating of 3203 on the sliders. The Kinesis, I don't know if that's considered vintage. What year was that? The two main variants of vintage brown that I know of are the what is it? The 3180, I think, which is what I have, and the MX 5000 or the G80 5000. I think it's G80 5000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Let me get my pad real quick. Also going to put this and this and this back in here so that I don't turn around one of these times and step on it. Okay. Oh, man, I heard that. What are you doing over there, girl? Huh. I think we'll be taking a break for me to run upstairs and change my kid's diaper here in a minute. Split backspace on a Jane? No dice. Gotta keep it classic TKL on this build. So I'm anxious like a little schoolboy to build this one today, as you guys can tell from my odd broadcasting hour. It is President's Day here in the United States, so a lot of people have off from work today, which I do. My toddler's in school today, and my newborn is hanging out here with me, so if I have to step away for points throughout the stream today, guys, you have to bear with me. But I wanted to get this build rolling, because as I mentioned, kids, you never know when you're going to be able to get these types of things done. Today's a good day for it. So we're clipping the stabilizers now. Oh God. I don't think so, DQ. That would not be... That'd not be the way to go. Hey, happy birthday, Seb. Hope you're having a great day, my dude.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Oh, shut up, okay, Google. Eat my ass.
Playing the album Eat the Ass on Google Play Music.
Oh, God. Okay, Google. Stop. Let's not play that album. So yeah, Seb, have a great day, man. Hope you have a fun day planned. It's a celebration. All right. I will build this in honor of you, Seb. Happy birthday, my friend. Let's see what paintbrush we get. Number 2. We're not going to do that. Mm-hmm. 0, 0, 0, 0. Of course, it's the one that didn't come out of the box. That was the one we need. Hey, baby. You're looking right at me. You're drooling. Hi. Nice smile. Hi. She's smiling right now because she just shit her pants. So, I'm gonna have to take care of that here in a little bit. Ah, I hear you, Seb. No worries. Celebrate this weekend. Or, if you celebrated last weekend, I hope you had a good one. So we're going to do some 205G0 as always on the stabilizers. I paint the housings on both sides. And then I dip the wires in the grease. And then I inject the housing from the bottom with super lube just to even it all out. A nice silky stabilizer. No rattle. I'm nervous about this plate. This poly half plate is so thin. I have to be delicate when I put these switches in it. I was half expecting to be building this one actually with the new Heine Bush H87 PCB, but Sam actually sent me an extra PCB with this too. I wasn't ready for that. So I got lots of backup options for the H87 in case I royally screw this up. So I didn't even inspect the PCB yet either. I'll need to look into that and see what that looks like. Let's see here. So the PCB is... Let's see what version this is. It's normally on here. TGR Pontoporia. TGR Pontoporia. Version 1.2. So there you have it. Hey Chris, how's it going, buddy? So the Jane is silver. And the polycarb plate with the tactile switches should provide for a very soft, flexible typing experience. Very comfy. Your fingers should just melt right into it. I already said earlier, but I'll say again and I'll repeat, the vintage brown switches are lubed with LSD oil on the springs, and I've got 3203 on the slider. If you're ever lubing tactile switches, I'll just also note for anyone that's new in the community that's getting into this sort of thing, you don't ever want to lube the legs of a tactile switch. The legs are the tiny little pieces on the bottom of the stem that kind of jut away from the main body of the stem of your switch that actually go into the leaf of the switch, and that's what actually creates the tactile, the tactility. It creates the little bump and everything. All right, so all of my sliders are now modified, lubed up. Go ahead and put these in here. Yeah, since you missed it, Chris, here you go. Here is, it's in pieces right now, but here is the top of the Jane. Hey Seb, have a safe commute, buddy. Hope to catch you later on this afternoon. Yeah, Chris, I thought it turned out really nice. It has a really good look to it. Alrighty. So I've been house hunting lately. It was a pretty good weekend. We found a couple houses that are pretty cool. And in one of them, there's some built-in shelves behind where I would be, you know, have my office chair and everything on the desk. I was like instantly picturing having keyboards and everything up on the shelves behind me. I'm such a nerd. All the little like keyboard, you know, pieces and little models and whatnot. So I love these new little vials that Krellbit has started shipping his lubricant in. Instead of having to paint it, you can just kind of dip the wire in here. It makes it really easy to get the wires all lubed up. Just want to make sure you don't get too much on it. Anything to make my job easier, though. I love it. Oh no, your music stopped. I know. I hear you. There we go. Yes. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome, child. Yeah, she's like, no, you're not welcome. I'm ready to get up. Oh, shoot. I dropped the wire. Oh, it's like a rainstorm white noise with the swing that my kid is on. It's gonna put me to sleep. Hey Irene, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. Enjoy your stay. If you're just getting into keyboards or have any questions, feel free to ask. And that obviously I extend that to anybody who's watching. More times than not, if I don't know the answer, chat does. So feel free to ask away if you guys have any questions at what you're looking at here today. So DQ, are you still in here? Have you been playing Apex Legends? Oh, about how long after lubing the stabs do you need to retune or relube them? So 205G0. I'm not 100% certain on the shelf life of this, but it's actually really, I believe it's pretty long. And so, you know, what ultimately happens is this lubricant will ultimately break down. But I do believe it's going to be a long time. So I mean, I've typed on some boards, Chris, that you know, I've had for, you know, over a year or so, and I've not needed to relube and retune the stabs. But you know, it does have a shelf life. So ultimately, the lubricant will ultimately wear down, and break down. It'll lose some of its viscosity. But you typically have you have a decent amount of time before that actually happens. So it's not like every year you need to break your keyboard down and retune it. I'd say it's probably closer to every, you know, if you really wanted to keep it on that, you know, consistent, you know, buttery feel, you know, maybe do it every like maybe 5 years or so. But you'll find too that a keyboard that you've been typing on and have had for that long. Oh, what's up, Aaron? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, once you get home, man, tune in. A keyboard that you've had for a long time, you know, typically you get a lot of other components break in as time goes on as well. And so if your lubricant breaks down, you might find that enough of the other, you know, plastics have started breaking down and wearing in, if you will, and breaking in that you don't even need to retune it. You know, but yeah, that's all personal preference, but you've got some time for sure. I've never broken down and retuned something that I loved from day one because it broke down. I've retuned things before that I didn't like the way it sounded from the initial build, but of course that's not what you're asking. I think that's our spacebar layout right there. That look right? Yeah, that's our 7U right there. Look at that. That's just from me holding it. That's just from me. That's just from me, like literally holding it with my 2 fingers. As you can see, I'm not pushing it together. It's just sitting on my 2 fingers. That has got some flex to it. I am so excited for this. Okay, hardware. There we go. Yeah, absolutely, Chris. It's a good question. Keep in mind, though, with that answer that not all lubricants are created equal. And so if you get something of a different grade, like if you, it will not maintain its initial properties for as long. You know, and I believe, God, a lot of Krelbit's lubricant, he does say it has an expiration, like a shelf life. And so I don't know if the shelf life and it having been applied to something is the same. But I think his shelf life is like, I mean, you'll have to ask Krelbit. It's a couple years. He knows a lot more about lube than I do. And so, yeah, he'd be a great person to ask, though. Yeah, don't skimp on your lubricant. You know, a lot of people, when they start getting into custom keyboards, they're going all for the sound, making sure that, you know, they want to emulate that really buttery sound and, you know, that feel, that super smooth feel, you know, no rattle in the stabilizers. That is all lubrication, and you want to make sure those components are nice. Speaking of, I'm getting distracted and I'm forgetting part of what I do to tune stabilizers. So I've got a super lube with this needle nose tip here. What I like to do is I like to inject in the back end of the wire. You know, when you put this, when you get the wire in there originally, a lot of the 205 gets wiped off and held in the front end of the stabilizer, and so the back portion of it, I like to just inject a little bit of super lube in there, just so that wire doesn't rattle at all inside the housing. And my kid just went to the bathroom something fierce. So I will be excusing myself here in just a second after I finish unscrewing these to change her diaper. What did you just do? You're smiling. What did you just do? Ooh. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I don't think those were just farts. I think there was a little something more to that, girlfriend. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, we forgot a little part. So the reason also, Chris, why people why it's not typical for you to, you know, want to have to retune stabilizers is because you do need to completely rebuild the keyboard in order to retune a stabilizer properly. You know, more often than not, you're going to want to actually just take the old stabilizer out and put a new one in that's freshly lubed. And yeah, in order to do that, you need to desolder the entirety of the board, unless, of course, you have a hot swap. A hot swap or some SIP sockets or, you know, whatnot on the board. But I don't recommend those. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, baby girl. We're going to go upstairs. We're going to change your diaper. Yeah. Hi. Say hi. Okay. We'll be right back, everybody. Okay. You sit down here. Yeah. We're all better there. She is overdue for a nap. Okay, now we've got the tune done on our stabilizer. Now that we're done with the super loop portion of it. So let's get these all screwed in. And we'll be good to do some testing. So I initially was going to put wob on this. I also have some OG tulip caps. And so I think I might put that on instead. But we'll play around with it and we'll see what we think. The wob is going to look so good with silver. As you can see, I kind of have a wob theme going on with all my other keyboards at the moment. It's so funny how you come full circle. You know, I got into this hobby and I had a keyboard that was all black and white, you know, basically looked like what I use now. And I went through all these different trends and colors and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, you come back to it at the end of the day and you're using Cherry MX Browns with a white on black key set. The thing you had initially, basically, except it's just hundreds of dollars more expensive. I just think it's funny how like my end game build that I'm working on right now is so similar to what I initially, I mean, just from colorways and from switches, it's just so funny, like how much of a difference you can have between, you know, the year in which your switch is made. Yeah, this is for my Jane, Chris. The year in which your switch was made, and also the way you've tuned it and everything else. I mean, I think my first set of keycaps, real keycaps, I put them next to the piece of shit, like Cherry, or not, what was it? It was it was like Logitech or something. I put them right next to the Logitech ABS, you know, thin boy plastics that, you know, were just pad printed. Oh, and it was so much of a difference. You get that first GMK K set and you're like, it is so thick. It just feels great. Is this it? No, that's not it. Oh yeah, that's it. It's this one right here. I just missed it. I'm staring at it. I'm like, where do you go, stabilizer? We'll find it. That enter key always seems so nice, or so close to. Oof. Somebody just posted gray Alice. That gray, that dark gray Alice with beige looks so good. Okay, there we go. Stabilizers have been installed. Should probably leave the lubricant out for just a second in case I need to retune anything, but typically feels pretty good. All right. What's up, Ramsky? No, I wouldn't do that. I have an exhaust way that's gonna be pulling all of the fumes off to this direction. My kid is in that direction, and so yeah, there's no issue there. I would not do that to my kid. And there we have it. So yeah, speaking of, I have like one of those like spray paint gas masks that I throw over. Good dad muffles the fumes and the sound. So yeah, so Remy, these are the vintage Browns, man. I'm very excited about these. All tuned up and ready to go. They're a good fit, both plate and PCB so far. Haven't encountered any difficulty with these popping in properly. Hey Dalman, what's up, buddy? I tuned them up with LSD oil on the springs, and I did a real light coating of 3203 on the stems. I probably should test the PCB. I just kind of assumed. Here, let's plug in the PCB, see if we at least get a click. That's a good sign. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna roll with it and see if it works. Yeah, here you go. So, I mean, it's still a little... There's still a tiny little bit of like scratch to it, I feel like, but I have it really light lubed. And so, I mean, I wanted to feel it still, you know? With any tactile, I really want to feel the switch. So I didn't want to overpower it with any heavy lube, you know? Look at this, guys. Here's what we're going to be putting on it today. How's that for a busy legend? Look at that thing. So yeah, we'll be putting those keycaps on at the start. The cable is from Taobao, and so I wonder if somebody maybe can help out and share a link. It's kind of a pain in the butt to find, so I can't find it right now for you. But yeah, on Taobao there's a couple of different options, and if you're in the United States, you'll need to use a proxy service. I use Superbuy in order to get mine. The mods are it's a beige, it's a classic beige, and so here you go. Here's the enter key. Oh, focus, 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 focus. Oh, come on. When in doubt, manual focus, I guess. There you go. So I'll actually have a lot of the mods on here in just a minute. I'm going to be testing out the keys to make sure they're stabilized correctly. Give me just 2 seconds too. Let me wash my hands real quick. All right, so speaking of mods, let's find some more here. That feels really good. Bless you. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, I think it does. I think it looks pretty solid. Man, you really just kind of slip this thing in here. I'm just grabbing it from both sides of the plate and pulling it up around the switch, and it fits secure and snug. I will be relying on a large portion of this build. Will be relying on the PCB mount legs of these switches. So so you know, if you're going to do a build like this, you're absolutely going to want to get a 5-pin switch. And so you see these two plastic legs here, 1, 2. You're going to need a switch that has that, so that the switch can't turn and move as you solder it in. My goodness, I'm gonna have to take a picture of this plate. It looks really good once we have all the switches loaded up on it. Is this part of the plate gonna go in? Oh. It will go in as soon as I push the switch leg down. There we go. Oh, I hope I don't really thrash your name here. Hello. I'm gonna guess Deleuze. Deleuze? What's going on, man? How you doing? I keep losing my camera angle here. You know what we're gonna do? You're Romanian. Hello. Welcome to the channel. You get this nice little click with the plate as these switches pop in. Now that we're rolling with it here. There we go. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Learn something new every day. Well, welcome to the channel. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm streaming at an interesting hour today. I would imagine there probably are more European people in the chat today than normal. Oh boy. This sucker is just gotta go. Pull out of there. There we go. Yeah. Yep, I figured it's more prime time for the European folks. I'm North American, and so at the moment, we have a holiday here today, but at the moment it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so definitely not prime time for the American audience. But I think I'm catching a couple people who are at the office today. So, yep, today we're on daddy daycare, watching my newborn here building some keyboards. Good old President's Day. All right, I hope I have these in the right spots. As always with the bottom row, I'm kind of rolling the dice a little bit here. Oh, I don't even need, it's win keyless. I don't even need the middle one there. So I can definitely remove this. See if I can just do it with my fingers. Not even use the tool. No, we'll need the tool. Yeah, so for it being pretty easy to clip in, They are in there pretty secure. That's good news. We like that. All right. Let's go ahead and find some more keycaps here. I'm going to make sure that we've got enough on here to make sure we've got everything lined up properly. It's imperative with a build like this. I can already tell this one's in the wrong place. It's imperative with a build like this that we get the switches actually on here for anything that goes on the board. We want to make sure it's straight. We will not end up with any crooked keycaps. No siree. That looks better. That's over one too far. That's not the right control profile. To be honest, I'm fairly impressed with myself that I've been able to, I'm jinxing myself as I said, that I've been able to find these caps so quickly that I've been looking for. We're looking for another row 5 profile control key. There it is. Okay, I believe I have these all in the right places. Nope, the bottom control here is over one. Needs to be in that middle boy. There we go. Little teaser as to what this will look like. Hey, thank you very much, and have a great night. Sleep tight, my friend. Is this still over too far? That control key, it went into the exact same key again. Come on, Max. Catch it now so that you don't have a mistake later. All right, let's find some shift keys. Okay, cool. Now hopefully I lubed enough switches for this thing. We're about to find out. I just hope I don't turn this thing over and all my switches fall out. That is a possibility. Let's see what happens. Hey, they're staying in there. The middle rows will be the tricky ones because those will have nothing except the PCB mounts holding them in. Oh man, this is really a wild plate. Right here around the space bar, which is so thin. It's just such a thin layer of acrylic. Just want to make sure I have it pulled up all I need to. Odin, what's going on, buddy? Welcome. How you doing today? Nope, that's not it. It's Sturgy. Hey, I don't think I caught this earlier. Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for following. I appreciate that. My Apex Legends brethren. It was good getting games with you the other night. DQ, were you not here at the start? Here you go, buddy. So it's in pieces right now. Here is, show it off for everybody. There's the stainless steel weight, version 2.0 on the bottom right here. TGR emblazoned logo on the left, or engraved logo there on the left. Looks pretty sharp. It almost actually matches the aluminum case. Here's the Toblerone weight. With the crazy mirror finish. You guys have seen the top case. Here's the top case here. Here's an actual teaser of what it'll look like with the board actually built. And then, so you'll have to keep in mind, guys, this is going to look a little bit different with everything all put together. But there's the bottom. And so the stainless steel goes over this. And so the only part of the weight, the brass weight that you'll see is just this cutout here where it's lifted. And so you'll see that, and it'll be stainless steel around here. You have this cool little, like, you know, fashion up here. The Toblerone weight will slide into the back there, and it'll maintain this diagonal edge that you see there. Yeah, it's going to look really good. And it's a tank. It's going to be very heavy. With you got 1, 2, 3 weights that actually go on this thing. So it'll look really good. The vintage browns that I'm working with, yes, vintage browns are significantly different. To the point where you can actually see breakdowns on Desk Authority. You can visually see difference in the smoothness of a vintage brown and a regular brown. I've heard the retooled browns are fairly okay as well, kind of just like the retooled blacks, but the vintage is the way to go. So the ones that I have as well have a specific hardware difference with them. If you guys can see this. Oh, whoopsie. Oh, my camera just died as I said that. Hold on one second. That's funny. That's like perfect timing. swap this battery out real quick for you guys. Yeah, timing couldn't have been more perfect there. I'm like literally looking up at my camera. Turn that back on, switch that there. And then let's give you a close-up here of this. So there, you guys can see those extra black legs on the two sides. That's actually going to hold my switch in and keep it from turning sideways and getting crooked in the PCB. Yeah, it really is rope. It looks really good. I'm very excited about this. As you can tell, I'm very excited. So I've got two builds that are coming up for this. I've got a brass full plate that I'm going to be putting West German vintage blacks on, and I've got this PCB acrylic half plate that obviously, as you guys can see, I'm putting vintage browns on. So I'll have two builds for my Jane, one tactile, one linear. I'll be using the same switches that are on my 910 up here. Okay, I'll turn up the volume a little bit. I'm bashing it a little bit, just so that I could get the audio to go across. But yeah, that's what'll be going through here. Oh yeah. If you requested something special, that'll look good though, DQ. I think yeah, you'll have to send me pictures of your raw weight once it's in. Nice, Dolman. Hey, Dolman, were you the So Remsky, when I got these from him, he said that the last batch of vintage browns that he sold, that came out or was around the time that he got these, went to a koala owner. Did they go to you? Did you build your koala with vintage browns, or is it still unbuilt? Oh, I got you. I got you, DQ. Yeah, the raw ones went out pretty early. I think a couple people actually got raw finish on their case, and have the intent of actually putting their own anodization on it. So there'll be a couple custom anodization jobs out there. Hopefully they find shops that are good at doing it and get some good results. I'm excited to see those as well. People have some cool builds planned for this keyboard. Some really cool stuff. All right. We've got her all loaded up. We're gonna have fun with this one. I'm looking forward to this. You have to forgive me, guys. I'm really gonna have to take my time with these switches on this build because you know, there's not much holding these switches in, other than gravity, which will be fighting against it here once I turn it over, and a couple of small plastic legs. So yeah, with that said though, let's go ahead and get our iron out. Oh, and my kid is looking so sleepy. I need her to give up. I need her to give up and go to sleep. Hey, baby. Oh, yeah, big stretch. Oh yes, there we go. Eyes are closed. Okay, we'll get that warming up. All right, let me go get my fume extractor. Let the games begin. Oh boy. It's holding really well so far. I'm gonna go down this side first, make sure all these are pushed in, and then we'll work our way down the other side. So I'm just going to keep checking them to make sure that they're all straight. We will allow no keycap to not be perfect. We don't allow crooked keycaps on a KBD 75. We're certainly not going to allow it on a TGR Jane V2. Really good so far. Really, really good. I'm pleased with how this is all holding together. All right, side rows, bottom rows, and arrow clusters are complete. I'll need to hit the top function row. Looking good here. Oh, rip my new fingernails. Alright, the sides, top, bottom are all complete, as well as the full arrow cluster. Let's get the page up, page down cluster done now. All right, we've just got the middle rows now to do. Penny, we don't have to go back and redo anything for any crooked switches. But I think our half plate would have kept these all in line. It's a good looking line here. Just going to make sure real quick on my numero and alphas that all of the pins are making it through the hole. Yes, they did. All right, and just push them through one more time as well. Make sure they're all in position. Okay. shit. Alrighty, almost done. We're off to this half of the board now. Alright, we're getting close. Very, very close. An hour and 40 minutes in, we're almost done. All right, lads. I believe we are there. There we go. All right, let's see what we got. You know what is going to make this a lot better? Let's just take this here and move it over here. There we go. That's a little better. All right. I believe we're good. So I'm going to turn this off, but let's just double check over everything. Some pretty good joints there. I don't see any red flags. Let's go ahead and plug her in. And we'll open up switch hitter as well. I think we're good because I didn't get any issues there. Oh, what's going on here? Why is switch hitter not showing up properly? Let me remove this. And remove this. Actually, you know what? You guys don't care. Let me just go through here real quick and just make sure. Just testing everything. Only thing you guys will care about is if I need to go back and redo anything. And I don't. Everything's good. Switch hitter came back properly. So we are Gucci there. Let's go ahead now and put some more keycaps on and make sure everything looks good with all of our switches, since we've got quite a lot of switches that are not held in by a plate or anything. Oh, baby. What's wrong? Oh, no. Here. What's wrong? All right. Oh, it sounds so nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, whoops. These are weird keycaps. That's in the wrong spot. Forgot about that. This boy goes here. And this boy goes here. These keycaps have such funny, weird legends. I love them. I'll give you guys a close-up of this set as soon as I get it mounted. I think you guys are gonna like it. My B key, or there's something going on with BMN. So we'll turn the iron back on. We're gonna need that. Looks like one of our switches went in a little crooked, perhaps. That's the risk you run by going half plate. We'll get it looking fine though, don't you guys worry. Some thick PBT die subs. You know, to be honest, I haven't tried it yet. Isn't it just another variant of like the tangerines though? Oh, hang tight, baby. We're getting close. Hang tight, my love. Oh no, there's a scooped key. I didn't have scooped on right. I want the scooped J. All right, so I think the only one that looks crooked right now is the letter B. So I believe we just need to do a little bit of resoldering on that guy, and we should be good to go. Wait, hold on. There's another little key I'm missing somewhere. There it is. So funny. That goes down here. I miss. Oh wait, we're missing one up here too. Where's F9? There it is. All right, so this guy right here needs to go. Please just be a crooked switch. This will fix it. The N key might be a little off. Is my B stem just crooked? Oh, let's see here. Let's get another keycap. This is not the right profile. Let's find one that is 1, 1, 1. Numpad 1. There we go. The N looks a little off too. Let's see. Let's find number 2. Where's number 2? Actually, delete should be the same thing. Yeah, this looks a little off. It's okay, baby. Here, let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you. Oh, you're slobbering all over yourself. You gonna chew your fingers? Or you want your bubba? There you go. Yeah, I know you're hungry. I'm gonna feed you here in just a couple minutes. All right. Hopefully, I didn't notice this was. Let's see here. Let's see if my B key is got a crooked keycap stem or. Aha. I think it's more of that. So rip there. I think it's more the keycaps, not the switches. Yeah, we'll have to do something about that. In the meantime, though, let's get this puppy built up. We know our switch is good at this point. That's a real bummer. I had heard rumor about that. Hey, Pizza and Milk, what's going on, man? Yes, this one's mine. This one is all mine. Yeah, that's really bad. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to need to figure out how to swap, or how to fix, I should say, a crooked stem. I guess I could heat it up and try and twist it. I don't know. Yeah, the B, notice the B key. The B key is just a tiny little bit off. It's hard to tell, but you can see it's just a little bit crooked. But not the worst. I'll talk to Hammer about it. He might send out replacements. It does look good though. Man, these legends over here on the side are so busy. It's funny. I'll show you guys here in a second. Okay, baby. Might need to take a quick break here, guys. If my kid doesn't calm down in the next couple minutes, we'll start putting it back together though, and see how far we can get before she goes ballistic. It's time to feed her. She's not too far overdue, but it is time to feed her. So here we go. What do you think, guys? Looking pretty darn good. That's crazy. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, sweetheart. Here, do you want to play in your gym? Here, come here. See if you want to play in your little gym. Come here. Up we go. Up we go. Yeah. Try this on for size. Turn it on. Yeah. There we go. Oh, there's a smile. Right there. Alright. Smiles don't mean much. This could last 15 minutes with her being content in there, or this could last a minute, if that. We'll see what she does. I won't end stream if she goes ballistic. You guys have been with me long enough here where you deserve me to actually finish putting this sucker together. So what I will do is just go AFK for a minute if I need to. Okay. Oopsie. Oh, are you happy now? Oh boy, come on. No, come here, hardware. Ay, ay, ay. Does not want to get in there. That's your home, hex screw. Don't you want to go home? There we go. Start it there. Yeah, rope. It's looking good and feeling better. I'll try and get to, we're racing against the clock here with my kid. I'll try and get to the point where we can do some typing tests as quickly as possible. I've got about 1 million screws to plug back into this baby. I'm going to over torque this one with a plate the way it is. Oh man, we are getting closer to the moment everyone has been waiting for. See if I can remember how to put this all together. That looks good. So these guys will go here, 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 da-da, da-da-da. Okay, I'd say that's good. It's a pretty good fit. The top and bottom line up pretty nicely. There's so much hardware in this. It's actually funny how much hardware is on this computer keyboard. Making me laugh. Okay. All this hardware is matching up. I think I got it all in the right spot. We need more screws. I'm playing Screwdriver Simulator. All right, so we got all of these screws here. Look at all that. Dear God. But wait, you thought you're done. Oh no, we're not done. In case 2 weights weren't ridiculous enough, we need to add the 3rd weight. It would have been evil if Sam had decided to switch up the hex screw sizes for each of them, so that then you not only had to screw all these in, but change which bit you were using as well. He kept them all the same. All right, so this weight design is very similar to my 910. My 910 is kind of a rare one-off here, but I'll show you guys real quick. the back of them both side by side. So here's the Jane, and here's the 910. Boom. What do you think, guys? Pretty crazy. All right, so let's move this guy off camera. And let's give this the proper time it deserves. We've got our TGR Tris here right next to it. Oh, baby. This looks so good. Wow, what do you guys think? I think the orientation of my cable is flipped now, so it's not happy. But what do you think of the build? Oh my goodness. This thing looks crazy. All right, let me move this over here. All right, let's see what this sounds like. The moment you all have been waiting for, some vintage brown switches. All right, I'm gonna turn that up. I'm gonna move this over. No, my mic arm is so shitty. Is that even gonna allow me to? I don't think I can get any closer with my mic on this thing. Look at that flex. How awesome is that? Yeah, that's got some flex to it. I ultimately will be putting liner in this as well. I have not linered it as of right now. Let's see here. Hold on one second, guys. Let me see if I can get my mic arm fixed. Piece of shit thing. Alright, I apologize in advance if anyone's headphones got jacked up with that process there. Alright, what I want to do here, first I guess I'll need to move that out of the way. I want to get my microphone a little bit closer to the keyboard so you guys could hear it. Alright, let me not blow anyone's... God damn, that sounds good. All right, I'm just gonna map this real quick. Oh, baby. Here, you know what? I won't map it. I'm gonna do a quick 10 fast fingers for you guys. Because I know that's what you guys are curious. I wanna see. There we go. Let's do this, unlock. Okay. Let's see what it sounds like. Let's see what my kids say. So what do you think, baby? I think that's good. This is one of the nicest feeling keyboards I've ever used. This is awesome. Let me go ahead and do boot mapper real quick. Map this thing real quick, guys. Let's see here. Hold on, let me turn this off real quick. Take me just a second here. It is not using the layout that I want. Oh, hold on. Let's try to do the tris. There it is. Okay. All right, so that's control. I like that. Let's do this as control as well for gaming. Alt. This one can be GUI. This one can be control. Shift, delete. This one's backspace. This one's pipe. This one's tilde. This one's escape. And I believe that is it, right? Yeah, well, that should be default. Cool. Yep. All right, that's all good. Take that off. Upload that. Yes. Okay, now let's see if I've got, oops, sorry. Yep. Look how much that flexes. I've got all the hardware in there too. Now you see this right here. I think this is that's not perfectly lined up. That line right there. I think that's actually the keycaps. So I'm probably gonna be putting OG Wob on this instead of this BSP set. I like it. I think it looks good. But there's just a couple of things like the B key is kind of off, and yeah, let me see here. That sounds so good. Oh man, this is pretty good. I found the Vint Browns through Remsky, if he's still in here. I'm not sure if he is or not. Let's see here. Oopsie. Sounds so good. Yeah, definitely can recommend this. If you're thinking about doing a poly half plate build, definitely recommend. Sounds really good with the thick PVT as well, which is why I kind of want to, I might hold it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this key set. I like it. I like the look of it so much too. It's such a funny, cool looking set. What do you think, Nick? Now? I'll show it off and maybe we can get a drop test going. Oh God, I'm not dropping my kid. You guys are nuts. It is a heavy boy. Good God, it is heavy. Yeah, so Nick, were you here a second ago? Did you see the flex test? The flex test was pretty much. It was pretty nuts, I should say. I do not have a scale, and so I cannot give you a precise measurement on how much it weighs, but it's pretty awesomely heavy. Yeah, here's a little flex test for you guys. Not putting too much pressure on it. Look at the escape key when I hit tilde. Yeah, and the 910 is heavy. Oh shit, updating Steam, get out of here. Yeah, the 910 is the 910 SE is really heavy. I'd say the Jane is probably heavier. You ready for the most scientific measurement of weight ever? Yep, the Jane is heavier. That's as close to a drop test as you're gonna get. I think that sound from my phone there, I think that was my reminder to go feed my kid. Let's see here. Yep. It has been 3 hours. Time for the kid to eat. She's just playing right now in her gym. Chilling. Just chilling. Too funny. Yeah, so first impressions, these switches are awesome. The backspace, feels a little scratchier. I might replace the backspace. But my alphas feel really, really good. I know, baby, you're hungry. Oh, we're about to go ballistic. All right, I'll end it here while she's still happy. Okay, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go feed my kid. See everybody. I hope you like the stream. I will probably be streaming the brass plate with vintage blacks maybe later on this week. All right, guys, take care.